You read the title, let's see how long it takes for a Minecraft player to win a game of Fortnite. In my first game, I landed at a shack right outside of Retail Row. I had to head into Retail Row because the shack had no loot. I then got into an encounter with another player, getting my first kill of this video. After retrieving my loot, I started fighting other people. There were like 4 people in this one building, and yeah, I guess this guy heard the fight, and I was executed. Next game, I decided to land on this little mountain. I looted a chest, getting a heavy assault rifle, and killed this guy out of the air. I was then able to kill this guy while going down the mountain on a driftboard, and he dropped me a gold weapon. Sadly, it was only a hand cannon, but I still took it because my loot was garbage. I was then a witness to why you don't stand still in a game of Fortnite. Alright, time for game 3. I think this video is going to take a while. Game 3 was the first game that I landed at a little pirate castle. However, the loot would not come easy. I really had to fight for it, and I was able to get the vending machine with a purple pump. However, the chest next to it also dropped one, so that was a little interesting. Instead of fighting like a real man, I got in a ball and I ran. And then I was shot for it. Thankfully, my ball survived and so did I, so I started heading out as fast as I could. I needed to find a medkit as I was only at 22 health, and here I got one. As I was running around, I was able to sneak a cheeky little kill on this guy that I killed in the previous game. It was the guy that I killed out of the air. Here are the clips side by side. As you can see, same exact guy. However, on my way to loot the body, I was murdered by a stalker. I was back to the pirate castle, however this game, there was no competition for it. Sadly, there was no loot either, so I had to come to Loot Lake and fight this guy. Oh, he has, like, no health. Neither do I now, though. After murdering him, he was able to drop me a buried treasure map, one of the best items in Fortnite. This is the loot I was able to get from him. As you can see, I was pretty shocked. What? This is actually insane loot. However, just because you're lucky does not mean you're good at it. Yeah, bro, I didn't have any mats. Game 5, we landed back at the pirate castle. Hopefully there's some loot this time. There was some loot. I was able to walk out of there with a purple pump shotgun, which I was pretty happy with. I was then able to locate a golden vending machine where I got myself a gold sniper. While using my sniper, I located a driftboard and a default, and all those things together make a pretty good kill. Sadly, killing a robot does not mean that you're good at the game. You guys know where we're dropping. We're back at the pirate castle. This game, fighting for my loot, was not a difficulty. However, you could probably expect how this game went.
Bro!
Yes.
Oh my god.
Pirate castle time. I put this part of the video at 100 times speed because literally nothing happened until now. Holy, y'all see that? I was then able to pull off the hardest fumble in Fortnite history. I don't even need to say it, you guys know where we're dropping. I was able to leave this place with pretty decent loot, and I got out with my baller. I was then able to prove why I'm way better with snipers than anything else. That's why I died here, because I can't use a pump. Back at the pirate castle. This game was just like every game. I left the pirate castle with mid-tier loot and went back to Loot Lake. I was then able to upgrade to a gold sniper, which is pretty awesome. And soon after, I was again able to prove why I'm a GOAT with the sniper. This kill, however, I used a great tactical shotgun, and I killed a guy with a gold pump, a gold sniper, and a gold scar. So overall, I upgraded my loot by 10-fold. Then, I was able to hit this with the sniper. Just watch. Okay, that's crazy. So obviously, here's the clip of me dying. I then changed my drop to this random place where the driftboard spawns because I just really wanted to play with them. And obviously this led to my inevitable death. So I made sure to change my drop back to the pirate castle so I could get my loot back. I then managed to die in the possible stupidest way I could ever die. Look at this. We are back at Pirate Castle, hopefully I don't die this time. I didn't die at the Pirate Castle, but I died when I had to fight somebody way gooder than me. Bro, what is that? I let him live, he only had 8 health anyways. I promise, that was for the video. I decided that the reason I was losing is because my graphics sucked, so I changed them. They now look pretty. So, I went back to Pirate's Cabin, except this time, it looked prettier. I then got a treasure map and was able to dig this chest out of the floor. However, my loot did not come easily as I had to fight somebody for it. I once again proved my skills with my sniper later in that game. So I also decided to spend half the game in a cone. It was about 5 minutes, and it was very boring. Then I decided to pull out my AR and start shooting this guy. I was able to hit him for 33 damage 3 times and cracked his shield. So I went to push him. Sadly, he was able to escape, but on my way rotating, I was able to kill this guy. Sadly, on my rotate, I realized that my aim sucks if I don't have a sniper, and I took 60 damage. After getting hit even more times, I decided to box up and tried to pop a chug jug. It did not work. So, once again, I tried to pop it, and also, once again, it didn't work. The storm got too close. On the bottom of this mountain is where I realized I depleted almost all of my builds, and I just had to spray this guy and hope. Somehow, for the third time, I tried to pop a chug jug. As you would guess, it did not work. On this guy's way down from the mountain, I got into a fight with him, and I realized all my builds were gone. Thankfully, we were about the same health, and I'll just let the clip play. Oh my god, oh my gosh! Yo. Oh my gosh. Oh. No! Oh my gosh, there's no way. There's no way I just hit that. I'm shaking right now, dude. I'm actually shaking. Yo, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. There's no way. Holy.